The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 525. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have an amazing lady on the show today. She is a model, a surfer, and a skater, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story with us on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Kanya Sesser. Kanya, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to our listeners.
Hi, everybody. Yes, this is Kanya, and I just want to say that I'm so glad to be here with you today. And what I do is pretty much just a lot of stuff. I don't really see myself as just a girl with no legs, and she does incredible stuff. I started off, at age 9. First of all, I was adopted from Thailand, from Pak Chong. They found me on the side of the road when I was just wrapped in a pink blanket, and back in 1992. And the old lady and an older gentleman heard me cry at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they were searching for that cry. And so they found me on the side, and then to a distance, they think that's my mother that they see, who was sitting in a bike, this bike thing where somebody hauls you around and stuff, and you just sit. And she had long black hair, and she was really beautiful, and she looked like she wasn't from the area, and it looked like she was definitely just making sure everything was okay. So anyways, I was adopted. After that, I was raised by the nurses in Pak Chong, Thailand, and moved to Bangkok to stay with the grandparents there. And then I was adopted at like 6.5 to 7 years old, and came here to America, and I lived with a American family at the time. And so fast forward, like growing up there was different because my first language was Thai. I didn't know exactly what everybody was talking about or anything. So I pretty much just saw myself in the mirror and just talked to myself because I had nobody else to talk to in Thai. And so then I didn't learn English till I was around 9 or 10 years old. And it was really hard learning the grammar and stuff. But around at that age, I've always been a spontaneous kid. I never really thought of being different, like, oh, how come I'm different and stuff. I never really thought of that. I always had a positive mindset where okay, I'm different, and this is how I grew up, and I just adapt through things on my own. And even as a kid, I just okay, everybody else does that, I do this with my hands. And it's just a mindset connect to everything of what I do. And so then that's when I started skateboarding. It was at age 9 because I see other kids skateboard out in the cul-de-sac when I was growing up in Oregon. So I hop on a skateboard, and I just I wasn't even think of anything of it. I just hop on a skateboard, and as a spontaneous soul I am, I just went down this long, really steep hill right by my house, and never thought anything of it, fearless, and just didn't care, and just went with it, and then almost got hit by a car at age 9. But luckily I didn't. And then I learned the hard way where my skateboard wobbled, and then I fell off. And it was an amazing experience. And that's when I started really loving skateboarding, because it felt so free, who I am today. I'm a free spirit. I'm a free person. And I don't really care what other people think of me. And ever since then, I've been doing surfing, mono skiing, basketball, went to the 2014 Paralympics, went to the Junior World Cups in 2011, was the 3rd fastest woman in the world for track, and got 1st and 3rd place in the 100, 200, and 400 meters, and 800, and 5K, and the marathons. And it was a really great year for me. I say that was my golden year. And then after that, as time go by, I'm a very I'm a gypsy soul, so I want to experience everything and everything new. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that amazing story. And it's great that even though you see you're different from everyone, you don't see it as a disability, you see it as an advantage, and you just go out there and do it. So I really love that you go out there. I remember last season, or no, 2 seasons ago, I actually interviewed a woman who was born with no arms, and she was the first armless pilot. So, anything is truly possible if you just put your mind to it. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like how I see in life is the fact that, you know, everybody, let me just say this, everybody has a different soul. Everybody is different. Their mindset is all different. No one's going to be thinking the same as you. And everybody, yeah, again, it's different. They don't think the same as you. So they wouldn't, so everybody here wouldn't understand of what everybody is feeling, what their thought process is, what their mentality is. And that's okay because like we're all human. We're not supposed to be perfect. I mean, like I have my flaws, sometimes like it was funny because somebody at a interview, somebody asked me like, what are your fears? Or like, what are you scared of? Or what something like stops you? And I couldn't really think of that because at the time I was just like, I don't think anything. But then after that question, and then as times goes on, there was some type of fear. There was some type of like mentalness that like kind of like was there, but I couldn't think of it at a time, or like was blind to like my adventures, and so blind like to it all that I don't really look into my fears, or because like fear comes when you're careless in a way, and then when you feel like that fear is coming, you're like, oh shoot, like okay, I do have something, and then but that's okay because that's how you learn things, and that's how you build yourself up, is to have, it's okay to have fear, but you have to overcome it eventually. And it's okay to have a mindset where you feel like everything is not okay. You feel sometimes you feel like everything's so much, or everything is not coming at the right time, at the right place. You just have to trust in the timing. But sometimes we're so like, I don't know, we're so impatient about certain things. We're so uncertain about certain things in life, and we're so like the overthinking too much, and that overthinking becomes fear. And so I understand why some people be like, well, I wish I can have the mind same process as you, but I don't, because this is how I was raised and this is how I grew up. And so that's why for me, I don't judge people I don't ever judge people or anyone, because I'm not in their shoes. I don't know their background history in life. And I'm not going to be here. I mean, I'm going to be here to inspire, motivate people, of course, but I'm not going to be here to tell you what you can and cannot do. I'm not going to be here to force you to like how you want to see and live your life, because not everybody's going to be there for you. No one is going to fully 100% going to help you. The only person that can help you is yourself. Like, you need to find an outlet in life to kind of cope with yourself, and you need to find out with yourself, like it's pretty much yourself. And if you can seek that within yourself and what you want, and like maybe, I mean, some people seek other people for help, and like, or seek other people's stories, or not just stories, but like what they do, how they inspire them or motivate them. I don't really like the word inspiration or inspire, because I always hear that so much and be like, oh, you're such an inspiration, Kanya, oh, you're such inspiring type of person. And it sounds so cheesy as it is, but it's just like the fact that, what exactly makes me inspiring to you besides the fact that this girl with no legs? I mean, like, if I had legs and I see a girl with no legs, I mean, yeah, of course she's going to be inspiring, whatever, and like what she does. But like, how does she help you in a way to cope with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, like, just because like somebody who's disabled or who is different than you, and who like, is like, does different things, how the heck are they just inspiring? Like, you can't just be like, oh, you're such an inspiration. It's like saying, oh, you're so special. For me, inspiration to me, or people who inspires me, is who teaches me things. Like, for example, who inspired me is, well, Malcolm X, because I think like he has a really deep way with words, about life, even certain things that I don't agree with, but he still like inspires me. my another inspiration is Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee is like my freaking idol. And like a couple of his like quotes I really love is pretty much, if you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done, which is true. If you keep thinking about or keep dreaming and you don't get it done, it is so true. And then one last like quote that I really, really love is when he says, "Don't think, feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all the heavenly glory." So I really love that quote, and I really love him because like the certain things that he seek in life is, I feel like I also have that mentality of what he does too. And I'm like, and like all these other people who are out here speaking and motivating and just teaching things, especially like my other celebrity like idol is pretty much Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart is actually like a cool person, and I met him, I don't know, like him and my friend Jesse, who's from Venice Beach, they like are friends, but it's really cool. But that's not the point. The point is the fact that he's like a mentor. He's like a teacher to me, and I'm like a student. And pretty much like, when I see certain people that also has that humbleness and also actually does certain things for the right cause and for the right reason, and just like, I don't know, like live life to the fullest and stuff. That's who I look up to. And yeah, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. It's great that you're out there just, living your life according to you and just being authentic and being who you are. I mean, that's all that we can do, right? And like you mentioned, maybe what we do can help someone else out there realize their potential, their worth, and their capability. And, I'm just really grateful that you're here today to share your story. And, if our listeners wanted to connect with you or wanted to check out some of your work, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Of course. I have Instagram, and you can type in Kanya and then Sesser, Sesser, and it's underneath K-Easy because everybody here call me K-Easy, and I started like, okay, like that's my new nickname, or like K and stuff. But yeah, it's underneath that, and you guys can follow me on that, and you guys can check me out on Hawaii 5-0, and I was in Code Black too, and then there's another show I'm in, but I don't know if it's out yet, but I'll definitely connect to that. But it's Hawaii 5-0 season 7 episode 3, and then Code Black season 1 episode 7. And yeah, thank you for having me here today.
Not a problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Kanya, you can also head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Kanya's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else that we talked about. And I really just want to thank Kanya for taking the time to share her story with us on self-confidence and what she's been through. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you being on here today.
Thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure. I had fun. I talk a lot, so.
No worries. No, it's no problem. It was really great having you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Tao of Self-Confidence. Want to learn how you can use podcasting to market your business? Download your free report by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.